months ago, right when Trump got in the office, they do it. They had a peace treaty. They stopped the war out of the hostages. Everybody went back to their land, things like that. And next thing you know,
Probably is. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, he got done grew up in the suburbs.
He sound like he like a London kid or something. You see how he talk, how he talk?
Yeah, how he move.
Yeah. Really talk about that. You can tell the man like fight on something like that. He's kept his face.
I got a couple short creeds of brothers in God's name. Of course, I got Matthew 24:6 and Isaiah 47:3.
I got a little breakdown too. I get into it. In case maybe in the spirit.
All right. Shalom. Keepers of sheep. Back on the highways and byways, prophesying the downfall of America, aka Babylon the Great. We are the Hebrew Israelites, prophesying to the Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Before we begin, we'd like to first start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, Shalom, and Shalom still through that. Shalom. I'll let you do the introduction.
What's the title?
World War III will not be going by men.
So the title at hand today will be World War III won't be won by men. So y'all might be asking, who will it be won by? Who will it be won by? Who will it be won by?
How about you outside, man? It's a lit.
Israel, the nation of Israel.
The nation of Israel, right? And you know the scripture you always be bringing out the top one. I'd be like saying Esau against Esau, something like that. I can't continue. You bring it out there, go ahead and know what I got to bring out. This one, bring out the
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 25, and it reads, and Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
I mean, you break down real quick.
So kind of the scriptures going to, man. The Lord will tell them every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, man. And that's what you see in the times now leading up, where everything with prophecy evolving in the earth. What you see in race war on the rise, civil war on the rise, pestilence coming to America. You see what the riots, you know, what scriptures calls it, and what the scriptures call it. But basically, you see uprising of people, man on man. You see the riots in LA, riots in different cities. Trump pushing for the push. You see these ICE people hitting the ground. You know, Esau coming out with that great rifle.
God, like you said, we want to break up civil war.
I don't give a fuck about that nasty ass shit. Put my fucking dirty ass hands on my fucking leg. You don't want nobody else to fucking like me. Damn, fuck these niggas out.
I meant to bring my
damn. What y'all need a cigarette? The bitch drop.
Tell me about the incident.
But kind, and I'm gonna grab this piece up real quick, just because you brought it up, like you said, Esau being divided. You know, matter of fact, grab the piece up one more time.
This is Matthew 12, and I started 25. We hear from the top. And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
And that's what you're seeing, man. You see a division on a large scale. And we, Yahushua said, think not that I came to bring peace, but division. So you're seeing division amongst nations, amongst people, amongst families, amongst houses, all right, corporations, businesses, all right. Nobody can see eye to eye right now. Nobody can agree, all right.
Because even with Trump and what's his name, Elon Musk. See how they was tied in together with him getting into the office, and they even going in with each other right now.
Even Trump and Putin, because I don't know if you remember, but Trump was good with Russia. So I don't know what happened, but it's pride though. That's why the scripture says pride go before destruction, man. How do you follow? 24 and 6. This is Matthew 24 and 6, and it reads, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." So not just wars as in world wars, but wars between, again, nations, people, different communities, the LGBT community, the class wars, all right, gender wars. Because of course Eve thinks she a man, and of course men think he Eve. So you got it's wars on different many levels, man. Right?
You got something?
Just real quick, it's about that. You see, I want the brother brought out just brush off the Matthew. This is Isaiah 19, and I'll start at verse 2, and it reads, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." And that's what you see right now. I mean, you see the Lord stir out that spirit in Babylon the Great, where you had the Egyptians set up against the Egyptians, man. You got within Babylon itself, you got the Babylonians or these Americans, what they call them now, fighting against each other. And then on another scale, where you got Israel and Iran, but you got Russia and Ukraine, you got these different entities with basically the same nation fighting against each other, man. But just to finish it off, this is verse 3, and it says, "The spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof." So that's what you're doing. You see the Lord, and you see the Lord putting that spirit in Babylon, which we know is spiritually what Egypt and Sodom, spiritually Babylon the Great. The Lord is putting that spirit in Babylon now for it to fail. And it says, "And I will destroy the counsel thereof." That's what the Lord is doing, man. The Lord is setting up World War III. He's setting the foundation of it, to be started in the work. So the separate council here in Babylon the Great, man. We know that this is the end of Esau's kingdom. But we finish it out. And it says, "And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards," man. And that's what you see Esau doing. Esau putting out all kinds of sorcery. They going to the familiar spirits, the charmers and the wizards. And that also goes into the MOTB, man. That's why I like the rules you listen to it in the car, how the brother from Jeremiah Dallas was going to it, he was saying how the word demon goes into intelligence. So what they pushing this artificial intelligence. These demons out here, they going to familiar spirits, they go into these wizards, try to keep their kingdom to last forever. But we know through the power of the spirit power, he put that spirit out here for Esau to destroy his own kingdom, man. By the works of his own hands. And the scriptures also talking about, paraphrasing, about how he gonna sit for his device. I want to say it's in it may be in Psalms. Or maybe in Job, it just talks about how you gonna take the wives of their own records, how you gonna, they basically they're gonna close down their own enterprise. There's other scriptures that go into
Job 5 and 12.
If you gotta bring it out, but they also talk about Esau gonna fall on his own sword, man. So just going back on the top, not the rank. Who's going? World War III is not. What's the call again?
World War III won't be won by men.
So again, World War III won't be won by man, because why? This is a spiritual battle, man. Again, basically it's spiritual wickedness and high places that we fight against. So it's really righteous versus wicked. But you got the wicked fighting against the wicked, and who ultimately gonna come out top of this whole spiritual battle is the righteous, man.
Are you will hold that? In fact, we you was reading. I'm gonna read this for you. Job 5, and I started verse 12. Right, it says he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right, he was going back to them coming all the way over here to America, man. America was established for them they need that enterprise to get this new world order in effect. Because you understand it, America is that revived Roman Empire that won't be healed. Is America coming back in, like Rome coming back into play? In America, Rome came back. America emerged out of Rome, man. Right, so when you understand it, right, this goes back into, like I said, them establishing this place. And as you read the scripts, Revelation 17 tell you, right, before America even came into play, Revelation 17:8 tell you that America will go into perdition, and it tell you that when it come into play, it's gonna go into perdition. So ever since America been coming into, ever since America came into play, came into the rulership, whatever you want to call it, right, they've been dying. It's been dying ever since. people just don't see it because what Esau professed they want their kingdom to live forever, right? This is Taliban was talking about. We watching the lesson. The elder was also saying it's only two people right now who fight for eternal life. That's the nation of Israel, and that's the Edomites. That's why they coming out with this artificial intelligence things of that such, right? But I finish this precept. Verse 13 says, "He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong." So he gonna take them in their own craftiness. Think the same thing they think that's gonna help build them up. Most I've been said, what they build up, I should throw down. All that AI, all that thing they trying to build, it ain't gonna help them, man. Most I've been said this place to be destroyed. He raised this place up for it to be destroyed, man. Right? But when you read you read Isaiah 19, 1 through 3, 2 through 3. You read verse 4, real fast. I got a precept come up.
Alright, so this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19. And I'll just pick up at 3. So it's Isaiah 19 and 3, and it reads, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. They shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians I will give over into the hand of a cruel Lord."
And you see, that's like I'm control, but you see that, right? You know, I was watching a lesson you did the other day. You talk about how these people, the video, like it keep playing in my head because it's funny how they came out. It's funny how it played in their face, man. How the Mexican lady, she up there, we love Donald Trump, we love Donald, and it backfired on them, man. You see that right now, and it came out and it backfired on them. Right? They put their trust in that devil, and it came back on them, that cruel Lord, man. Trump getting it going. You can finish it off, and I got a precept to come out.
It says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over themselves, the Lord of hosts."
And you know, Trump being fierce, man. He being fierce on us. You know, it's only gonna continue getting worse. But to go into it, right? I had this precept right here, 2nd Ezra 15, right? I'm gonna start at verse 15, right? It says, For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You know the modern day swords is gone. It's gonna get to a point to where Esau ain't finna keep going out there shooting rubber bullets at them people out there protesting. They finna go out there and start drawing blood. And once you gonna see that, you gonna start seeing that civil war come out in the U.S. You gonna start seeing it clash right there. And it even Tazuan was just talking about it in the car, right? He was telling me how what you were saying, Tazuan, it was like a little Edomite, I guess, in Florida. He was saying, hey, I'm telling y'all out on the road, things like that.
The Florida sheriff, man, he was telling people about the
protest.
You finna start seeing more and more, but it's all prophecy, man, right? But verse 16 says, For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. I want to read you the definition of sedition, right? Sedition is it says the conduct or speech or inciting people to rebel against the authority of state or monarch. And what is they doing, man? You see these people getting out here. So Trump, he getting these people routed up. Hey, we gonna kick the people out. They gotta go. He know this gonna rile the people up. And this is what he gonna use against his people to what? To push exactly what he want to push. Martial law. You know what I'm saying? All these things he gonna use that he used in his game. Why Jake gotta understand. Vengeance in the hands of the Lord like the title of their hand. This World War III is not gonna be won by men, right? Yahweh Shah gonna come down here and destroy these people. So therefore you shouldn't even be mad or trip about nothing they talk about anyway. Because this kingdom is going down. Whether they like it or not. But
and to just touch on that real quick, you know, history itself shows us that kingdoms are set up and fallen by war. All right? How did we lose power? War. How did America come into power? War. All right, so ultimately World War III is necessary for the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yasharallah, man.
I'm gonna bring this out just the best of you put, man. Like you said, going to sedition amongst man, and it's only gonna lead to like probably talk about Edges about that great insurrection. Because I seen it on TikTok, the video, and it really was a spirit. They was showing that same video with Esau saying that Florida sheriff, he was saying it was, I think it was an evil, it might have been Jake, but either way it was Israel. They was saying it's like how they had a feeling that this was targeted towards black people. So I said basically Israel in the case. But who are they targeting? The immigrants. And who know the immigrants to be? Israel, man. They targeting what? It's the northern nation, right? Northern Kingdom. So they're targeting Northern Kingdom, which is gonna lead us. But ultimately, it's gonna lead to them attacking all the tribes, man. But this is 2nd Ezra 16 and verse I'll pick up that just to get to the point, verse 70. It says, For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, man. So that's what you have. That's what Esau was setting up for, man. We know how the Bible speaks about, like we was talking about, that race war, ultimately that great civil war that's going to be set up in Babylon the Great. And that's what's going to lead to that great insurrection. Like I said, they still going to be what? Spoiling and sparing none, man. So they're going to be spoiling people with the MOTB, with their lies, their gifts, but they still not going to be sparing Jake, especially not Israel, man. They'll come down hard on 2/3, and especially on the prophets of the Lord. You know, all this really looking up into, because you got to remember the future prophecy not to go too far to the point, and leading to the persecution of the prophets, man. Somehow all this shit gonna get pinpointed back to the men of the Lord. That's why the Lord said it's gonna be turned to those that fear the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he also said, I set forth the apostles last, all right? Because like you said, because right now he targeting what? He targeting the north of the kingdom. He targeting the LGBT community. He targeting, so you know, women. All right, Eve's even being targeted. He taking away the stamps. All right, Section 8. Right.
So Esau always gotta have that fall guy. Who's gonna be his fall guy? The prophets, man. The men of the Lord.
Yeah.
We're gonna be the conspiracy theory. We're the ones that rouse the people up. You see what I'm saying? Because if you look to the definition of insurrection real fast, it says a violent uprising against an authority or government. So, and that's what you have going on the small level with these riots. But on the bigger scale, you're gonna have full out chaos. Like I said, control chaos. You're gonna have full out people just rebelling against authority, rebelling against whatever Trump say, what the government say. You see, Trump is what he called 700 Marines into the people. You know, whatever you call Marines, that's different from National Guard. The Marines sit out there to kill, man. Because it don't really got out of hand. But.
Son, I like to put a piece up real fast, you know, going to the title of the hand, because, you know, understanding, right? Because I was actually looking at Isaiah 47, and the precept you say you want to start with, but like, as I was looking at it, it just goes to when you understand, like, you know, this is, you know, it's all prophecy, but this been Esau's objective, right? You know, when you read Revelation 17, right, and it goes into it, I'll read it real fast. I started at verse 12. I started verse 12, right? It says, in the 10 horns, which thou sawest, right? You know, you got the 7 heads and 10 horns, right? You know, 10 horns, like the EU NATO, right? That beast, right? They come out of Europe, right? And it says, in the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have kingdom is yet, will receive power, but receive power as kings went out with the beast, right? It says, these have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast, right? That's the alliance, man. That's that NATO and them working together, right? You know, and when you go look at NATO, right? When you go look at NATO, especially the beginning countries of NATO, all of them are countries in Europe, man. So you see it, it's these different Edomite nations, man. They all come together to do what? Right? It says, these shall make war with the Lamb, right? Who's that Lamb? Yahweh Shah, right? He said, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords, King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. Like brother asked us who had count. Who gonna win that war? Yahweh Shah, his elect, man. That when they feel this guy, these angels, World War III is not gonna be won by men, right? But it's a prophecy that this World War III gonna happen. Yahweh Shah said, right? Yahweh Shabbat, right? You know, Yahweh judge. He judged this judgment on them. They're gonna be out here slaughtering and killing each other, man. You see, they already sending missiles back and forth. This just the beginning of it, though. It's gonna get way worse than that. Right? I seen just about talking about camp. Well, the camera on, not like with Trump posted, he was even saying, like, you know, it done been deaths already, even at the beginning of it. You can stop it by just doing this, whatever he was saying, right? But it's gonna be way more deaths than that, man. Right? This right here is judgment. This right here is Esau finna be exposed. His whole hypocritical kingdom finna be exposed, man. This all prophecy what's finna go down. This all what's set to be done. But
God, man, I've just been letting y'all, you know what I'm saying, listening to y'all, you know, getting edified, you know, from y'all. But I'll go wait to bring this out for the end, you know, but just because y'all already said it, man, you know, just going back to the title at hand, World War III won't be won by men, you know, and like you said in Revelation 15:2, it said, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, man. So we know that it's going to be Yahweh Bashing Yahshua ultimately, but we know that it's going to be the elect as well as going to get the victory over the beast, right? Over all the things that, you know, come upon this world, you know, come upon this age, you would say, right? The brothers ain't got nothing, I go into my and I'll grab this real quick before I go into the breakdown. So I'm going to go to 2 Ezra 16 and verse in verse 18, I just start up. And it reads at the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. And I started verse 17. So like he say, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come, man? So we saying that all this just the beginning of sorrows, man. It's a lot of, things going around worldwide, to the riots, the ICE, what's going on in Israel and Iran, the wars, things of that such. Right? I'm just go to this article real quick. And somebody grab Revelation 11:14 for me. In the articles, this end time headlines, and as y'all can see, Iranian retaliatory strikes against Israel began. So this is mainstream topic right now. What's going on over there in Israel versus Iran, including Russia? It said Russia warns Israeli attack on Iran was unprovoked and illegal. Israel claims it tricked Iranian Air Force leaders into meeting before deadly strikes, and so forth and so forth. So as y'all can see, that this was going on, say the fallout from the Israel strike on Iran. So as I can see what's going on right now, including with the ICE, including with things of that such, right? The people is in fear right now, and these things are soon to hit home, man. But these is just all the beginning of, basically our salvation. We know things is not going to calm down from this point on. So you can grab that.
Yeah, real quick, I'm glad you brought that out. So I just want to touch on how accurate Esau. That's how you know the sword is Esau's blessing, because every time he hit a target, this ain't the first. This ain't the first time he always go for the leaders. You know what I'm saying? He always hit the target, man. Esau he lethal with that sword, man. He real accurate. You know what I'm saying? So if he wants you, he gonna get you. That was the point.
I'm gonna get that later on. That's at the end of my thing. But I'm gonna read this real quick before y'all grab that Revelation. This 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3, because this literally right before Trump got in the office, right when Trump got in the office, what were they doing? They stopped war in Israel. They went out with a peace treaty. Trump went out and met with all the world leaders, well, majority or some of the world leaders, I say, and what he doing, trying to push peace. So this is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. He said, for when they shall say, safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, after veil upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So we see out of nowhere, Israel and Iran just start going at it. With the missiles and things that's it, right? And Iran sent the missiles back to Israeli. So we seeing, man, soon as Trump came out here trying to push the peace and safety things, that's when we seen the destruction and things of that come upon these world leaders and things that's such, right? So who grab it?
11 and 4.
11 of 14.
14. Let's look at Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. And it reads, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
So we know that third woe is what that World War III. And ultimately, these are the beginning of it. These are the events that are leading up to World War III. Like I said, we're saying the division, we're saying Esau against Esau. Because when you see who going into the wars right now, who going into wars, it's the Edomites. It's the Edomites versus the Edomites. The world leaders are going in at it, man. So as soon as they all kill each other, or spark World War III.
And real quick, who was at the forefront of every war? What nation at the forefront of every war? America, aka Babylon the Great, man. So I was just gonna say it's like in the world when people like, man, you basically got to mind the business that, you know what I'm saying? So what it is, Esau, he meddling too much, man. So now, you feel me, he done bit off too much more than he can chew. And that's why Trump, all right, and America can speak so boldly, because you got to remember, like I said, the second war was passed. How did World War II, what was that, the Hiroshima thing?
Yeah.
They bombed with Japan. So
Nagasaki, how you said.
And that was bad, man. I don't know if brother seen it, but it was like a little cartoon, and it showed, going to what really happened, man. It was children that was getting killed. You know what I'm saying? So America been putting their foot down, man. But these nations know what America's capable of, so they gotta come even harder. They gotta step hard. That's why you seeing Kim Jong-un, Japan, China, Russia. That's why everybody's speaking like okay, we got missiles that can reach America. We got missiles that can touch the West, man. Let America know that, hey, soon as you tread, man, we. So.
The allies against Babylon, they were also turning against Babylon. But we gotta think that this our subject, also our subject was spirit fire, y'all about to be on shop. You gotta think, it ain't no coincidence, Trump was the first time in office, when he first got in office, when he kicked the Iranian, he was like a military leader, like a military general or something like that. So I'm saying he had bomb striking him, and if brothers don't remember, he had a arrest warrant out against, I think, like Russia or somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And now when he get back, I think it was Biden or Russia, Trump get back out the war with Israel and Iran. At the end of Biden's term. So you gotta think, the elites of the world, they already knew it was set up like this. That's why they went here and set up a war for Israel, Iran, Russia, and Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? Because they already knew it was going to be a fight for who next to come in that power seat. You know what I'm saying?
And you got, like, even with Trump, little post he said, you know that America got the top weapons and top, weaponry, just for lack of better words. And he was like, Israel got some of that. When you understand, America put them people in that land, going back after the Holocaust, man, and put them people in that land, and they were supposed to, I want to say it was like 1948. Yeah, 1948. And they put the people in that land, that's supposed to be the beginning of peace, right? It's never going to be peace here, man. It's never going to, this place is going to be destroyed.
That's why I think I heard in the spirit. They just go to show that, and that the real so-called Jews, they not in their homeland yet. Those people that's in the land now are imposters, man. The scriptures going to that. When people back in their land, it ain't going to be no more wars, man. What you have on the break of America now, World War III, man.
Isaiah 2 talk about that, right? When we get back in our whole land, it says people's going to gather up to the government of Jacob, the house of Israel, man. They're gonna come to us, learn the ways that Yahweh set for us to set for us to live, and all the nations, it's gonna be instituted and out into the world, man. Right? But that ain't happening yet because we're not in our homeland yet.
Man, also just real fact, that's that stumbling block being pulled down, and the Lord, the elders performed to, and St. Thessalonians, that men of perdition being revealed, man. Who that light ain't that devil secret, man. Because that devil deceiver, he's been fooling the people as these are so-called, these are real people of the land. These are real holy people. These are real chosen people. The Lord showing you through prophecy. He exposes it, man, for who he is to be a light, showing our people who the real chosen people are, man. Who the real Israelites are.
If you even see on the post they have, you see people like, Most High, pray for Israel, people of Jesus, things to say. You see them on the post, like, they gonna lose against Israel. They still got land.
They quote Palestine.
Yeah, like
they run the Palestine flag.
I'm telling you, man.
Man, the Kendrick Lamars, all these different people, man.
It's finna be all of it's finna be exposed. Kind of, you got it.
So somebody read that 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 for me, 1 through 3. Can somebody grab 2 Ezra 9, chapter 9, verses 1 through 4. Yeah, Ezra, you don't mind, Tasman, you don't mind, grab Matthew the 24th chapter, we'll go verse 3.
Second Thessalonians.
Second Ezra 9.
Second Ezra 9.
So what verse?
1 through 4. But we'll bring that up first.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 1. No, it's like chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon taken, shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that day of the Yahweh HaMashiach is at hand.
Man, there will be a lot of different signs showing, to let us know that the end is coming. Yahweh left a list of things that will be happening to indicate the end is near in his return. So that's when you can grab it and check it.
This is 1 through 3. 1 through 4. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1 through 4. And it reads, it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Man, that's what we're doing now. We're measuring the time diligently, man. We saying, we're measuring the prophecy, we're measuring the signs, we're measuring the time, to let us know where we at, during the timeline. Okay, continue on.
And it says, when thou seest part of the signs which I have told thee, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So how do we know that it is that time that the highest is to begin to visit the world that he made? First off, starting by what we're doing right here. The prophets being out on the highways and byways. Hey, back in the day, like the scripture say, that everybody hid his face, from us. So back then, the elders, apostles, true men of the Lord, they went out on the highways and byways. But now, that's what you're seeing on the corners of the earth. You're seeing the true men of Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shah out here on the highways and byways. We're seeing the tornadoes, the tsunamis, we're seeing the bad weather. We're seeing the things that are part of these signs, right? You can continue on.
It says in verse 3.
And we also seeing the chariots, science, the destruction of the earth, and these are all signs. So,
this is verse 3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world,
all right, that's what we're saying now. Literally, as we speak, you got it.
then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
So you see that the Most High spoke of these things even since the beginning. For what? For our learning. That's why he put it in the scriptures for us to understand and learn these things, so we can know what's going on, so we can know the signs that we're living in. Meaning, so we can know the times that we're living in, because while we're looking for these signs and these prophecies.
Quick point, I would take one of the signs of the time that it comes to prophecies. You notice it was what full blood moon the other day. Full moon was blood moon, and you know what the blood moon indicates. And what you have things like that, escalated into World War III. Iran, that's a sign of itself,
Okay, you got that. Finish this down to verse 7 real fast.
You got it.
Con, this
3-2.
I'm at verse 5, right? It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and end, the end is manifest, right? So you this is like brother telling you, these signs to show you how the scriptures say now is our time to wake out of sleep. These signs are to show you that the end is near. And we knowing when that end is near, we knowing what? We get closer to our salvation. So therefore, it's to show you what? It's time for you to get out the ways of this world, man. It's time for you to, it ain't time for you to go out there. I mean, it's prophecy that is set, but it ain't time for you, if you got this spirit of truth, it ain't time for you to be slack. It ain't time for you to start getting lazy now. It ain't time for you to start giving in. It's time for you to get more, you need to get more excited, you need to get wrapped up, man. Because you know it's the end, right? It's the end. The end is manifest. We know the end of this kingdom is what? It's the rise of the righteous kingdom. Kingdom of Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shah. Right? It says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and ending in effects and signs. Everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. Right? You got to understand it's labor of love. Your labor is not going to go in vain. So therefore, you should even go harder now, man. Right now it's fourth quarter. It's the end of the game. Now it's time. It's time to clutch it. It's time to full throttle in it, man, because the end is here. And when you seeing these signs, you seeing these things, now is that time to go harder and harder, because I was watching the brothers a lot the other day, you're gonna start seeing now to where it's gonna get bad times to where it ain't that we don't want to, but it might not be good for the brothers to be on the highways and byways no more. That could be a sign of what? That's showing you a sign of what? The family of the word could be getting there. Right? These signs of wonder that you need to lock in and go harder.
Real quick, I don't know if brother seen it, but it was like ICE was like 30 minutes away.
Yeah, I right up the road.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right up the road, boy.
They short time, they short quick on the job.
Ain't for real.
Yeah, they came on that way. We nobody else to get, but they came on that way.
And see, that's the thing. You gotta understand, in South Carolina, a lot of these little manufacturing companies, they accept the immigrants because they'll work for a little bit of nothing. Even though they ain't got no papers, but they'll work for nothing. So you're gonna have a lot of that. But soon, it'll turn to us. You know what I'm saying? We'll be the next suspects that ICE come to detain, pick up.
Great insurrection with those that fear the Lord, man.
Just a quick point. That's what you were saying. About the time coming, they were just going to think about the live video this morning earlier. He was going to, I was going to the point, I would have been doing out, like you said, that labor of love, because like you was going to the kingdom, we actually going to start living, man. Like right now, we just existing, but now, this is the time we put in work, so we can be those higher hierarchies in the kingdom, man. Right now, we we at the bottom barrel, you know. That's what that's about that.
That's the point. I'll read verse 7 again, right? That's exactly what the precept says that everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape, right? Be able to escape this time coming, like the brother was saying, shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, man, right? So you put in that work, you put in that faith, like what the brother said, man. You gotta go hard because it ain't for no reason, man. It ain't for no reason. You see the people out here scattering, don't know what's going on. They out here uproaring and protesting. The man in the truth, we understand it. Like we looking at them like, yo, yeah, I don't understand. We ready to be delivered. Y'all out there yelling and this and that. This place ready to burn up. Let them kick you out. So you most of them might be showing you something.
Right.
But, hey, you don't got no faith, but.
Real quick, and go to like say, living in this world, we get the Esau experience. We get the Idumean experience because what they the world leaders, they got everything set up. So we only able to enjoy the fruits of the earth and everything through how Esau wants to enjoy. But the kingdom of heaven, we gonna enjoy the Yahweh Shabbat, the Illinois, the way we want to enjoy it. You know? Like he was saying, everything ain't gonna be how you say, an act of pleasure. Because in this kingdom, everything based off doing shit will make you feel please you. You see what I'm saying? Whether that's just doing whatever. You know, you might down like the dog in the park, that's what make you feel good. It ain't gonna be about it in the kingdom. The kingdom is it's like you said, everything gonna be, it's gonna have a meaning behind it. It's gonna be in order. And that's what's gonna bring the pleasure. It ain't gonna be, let me just gonna do this because it's making me feel. Let me call a girl to make me feel good.
We're gonna get them traditions back.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get that our heritage back. You feel me? We'll get back to who we are as a people. Like basically what Elder Kazak was going to.
Like Elder Apostle Gabar was going into, it was like the kingdom of heaven is gonna be like an ongoing party or an everlasting party or something like that, man. It's gonna be all great times, gonna be straight happiness. It's gonna be ruled how it's supposed to be ruled, man, with us being the leaders. Things of that such, right?
Not to pull on, let's get back to breakdown, but like even how you went into camp last week, right, or Sunday, we was going into like you don't have to die to be in hell. Like this is hell, and you see that right now. But like the point being, saying I didn't say like you see like the brother saying we in Esau rulership right now. So Esau got the people so confused. He played their mind so much that he know what to do in order to rile you up and to get you out of that faith, get you out of that trust. Like this is actually one of those sign of line wonders, man. Right? Hey, ultimately it's the Most High putting the spirit on them to do it, but it's those simple minded ones. Hey, this is what we gonna do. Then we gonna drop this and we gonna kick them out. We ain't gonna mess with Judah yet. We ain't gonna mess with the Southern Kingdom yet, right? We ain't gonna mess with them yet because we knowing it's gonna be who's already bad for us, but it's gonna be hell for us too. Cause you got no Judah's that top tribe in our nation. It's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell for us too. But let's get them. Let's get them riled up. What the main thing you seen on the internet? Why the so-called black people ain't saying nothing? Why they ain't out here with that? Why they ain't doing this and that? They know what to get you started. They know what to get you out of that. Just so they can pull you out of that faith. So now what? Hey, y'all people savages. Like we was talking about with that movie. Y'all rowdy. Y'all doing too much. We gotta send the guns out. We gotta call the military. Everybody gotta be in the house by a certain time. Now, like I ain't watched it, but I seen Pastor Hart was talking about, and I seen a lot of brothers talking about as well, how they talk about when you got there protesting, you can't have your face out. Hey, then right there, hey, you got to take this chip, because we seen you wilding out, and we got to know what you doing at certain time. I mean, it's all they devices they use to set you up, but the sincere man in this truth ain't gonna fall for that. While we sitting back, watching this kingdom, hey, what he said, the righteous shall see their fall. We watching, go on down here, let's go ahead. We watching all this stuff go on, fall down. And we just sit back waiting on it, because we know how about how it's gonna come deliver it. They can do whatever they want. We know it's a part of prophecy, man. He said they should overcome by the blood of the Lamb, by testimony. And testimony is what? The spirit of prophecy. We're gonna keep reiterating that, man. If you ain't got the spirit of prophecy, you're gonna be lost. Wisdom and knowledge to be stability. Wisdom and knowledge to be stability in that time. These are them times right here, man. Where that wisdom and knowledge is gonna allow you to be able to walk in the light. People in darkness, so you don't know what to do. That's why you out there wilding out. But
like you say, what you had said, they got the people confused.
Got the people confused, man.
Man, you gotta think, what's another word for Babylon? What Babylon stand for?
Confused, because.
And that's the land that we're in right now. We got that Matthews.
What was Matthews
24:3.
24:3.
I just want to get that point where the disciple was asking for the signs and things. You can read on down if you want to, but I just really just want to read.
So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, in verse 3. And it says, And as he sat upon Mount Olives, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world.
All right, so this is going back to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 2, man. How I say y'all shall let the list of so like a list of things that would be happening to indicate that the end is near and his return, back to bring judgment upon this earth, right? And then you continue on reading chapter 24, the signs that he mentioned, and those are the signs that we seeing visibly as of now.
Con, you got something else?
Nah, you got it.
Oh, Con, I was about to say, and one of those major signs that people starting to see now, because even like I was saying with the brother had the lesson, going into see how the people trusted into that devil and they seeing him turn back on him and seeing the evilness in him. What is that? The son of perdition being revealed. That's Esau being revealed. They starting to see Esau as that wicked person, right? And if you ain't got it, I'm gonna read that precept you had talked about earlier, Isaiah 47, and I'm gonna start at verse 1, but I'm gonna read it in NLT so you get the whole roll, right? It says, "Come down, virgin." Oh, somebody can you can grab Psalms 137. I want to say it started at verse 8, talking about the daughter of Babylon. But it says, "Come down, virgin, daughter of." It's like you had precept.
No, I thought you were gonna give me something.
Yeah, Jeremiah 49. You can start at verse 7. Yeah, but it says, "Come down, virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit in the dust, for your days of sitting on the throne have ended, O daughter of Babylonia. Never again will you be the lovely princess, tender and delicate." Right? And you read Isaiah 13 when they talk about the destruction of Babylon, right? You have them scholars, however you want to call it, right? They're trying to say, they talk about Babylon's already destroyed. No, ancient Babylon ain't go out like they're talking about America today, right? And you know that Esau Edom is referred to the daughter is referred to the daughter of Babylon, because this that place of confusion, man. This place is going to be destroyed, right? It says, "Take heavy millstones and grind your flour, remove your vow and strip off your robe, expose yourself to the public view," right?
This is Jeremiah 49 verse 7, and it reads, "Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah of hosts, is wisdom no more in teeming? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?"
And it's crazy because when Apostle, I watched Apostle Harden when he was going into this, and he was talking about how teaming is the Germans. And when you search it up, when you understand how, they got that nuke from who? America got that nuke with Albert Einstein. When you search up who Albert Einstein is, that's the German, because the Germans are the smartest of the Edomites. The Germans are the smartest of the Edomites. So he asking, right? So he said again, right, concerning Edom, this says Lord Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in teeming? Is thy counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Right? You can continue to read on down.
This is verse 8, and it reads, "Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him."
And Dedan is like it's just the land that's a place that's in Edom, right? So it's basically, it's going to what? This place is going to be destroyed. It's that recompense, right? The indignation that's going to come upon Esau Edom, right? Continue reading on.
Verse 9, "If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough."
All right, when you search up definition of the word gleaning, is like when you gather, but when they glean, right, they would grab 90% of it, leave 10%. But when Yahweh come, when Yahweh send Yahweh shot down here, he's not leaving nothing. This place is gonna be made desolate, man. Right? Malachi chapter 4, verse 1, it tell you, right, it's neither root nor branch. Them people gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be done away with. Right?
Speaking on that root nor branch, they also go to Esau as well, right? Because look at this tree right here, right? If you cut the half of the tree still gonna grow. The tree still gonna be alive. But if you pull the tree up from the roots, that means the tree is completely done and nowhere. That's what's gonna happen to Esau Edom. But you gotta do it.
You continue reading that.
Verse 10.
Right.
But
it's like before you start reading that, right? You see it in verse 2, if I read Isaiah 52, it says, "Take heavy milestones and grind flour. Remove your vow and strip off your robe. Expose yourself to the public." Right? That daughter of Babylon, right? Which he said, you can read verse 10. Right? Watch what it said.
It says, "But I have made Esau bare.
I have made Esau bare.
I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors are not."
And you see that, man. Esau's being made bare. It being made we exposed them. Babylon, right? All these secret places, Babylon is being exposed, man. This place of the wicked, man, right? This place where it got a lot of confusion going on. All these places being exposed. I'm gonna read verse 3 real fast. You can bring out that precept with daughter Babylon, right? It says, "You will be naked and burned with shame. I will take vengeance against you without pity," man. Right? And in the NLT it says, verse 3 says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered," right? Made bare, right? It's made bare. Everything gonna be exposed on them, man. Everything they done, right? All of it. Even the things we don't know about, man. Even things that they try to hide, that secret counsel, the shit they put under the rug that we don't know, all that's gonna be brought to light, man. All that's gonna be brought to light, right?
Real precept, real quick. Just to back up, we had brought that out.
I can think of the precept. We're going into that, like everything, talking about how everything gonna be exposed.
It's Jeremiah 49:7, and it reads, "Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?" Right? This is Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 9. And it reads, "And the mighty men of Teman shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter." Oh, you want the rest of that?
Not kind of.
Okay.
Keep going. You read it again if you want to.
This is Obadiah 1:9, and it reads, "And the mighty men of Teman shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter," man. So just showing you that the Most High Esau not gonna be destroyed by anything else, but of course World War III, but by slaughter, man. He gonna have a violent death. It ain't gonna be like Esau gonna grow sick and die in a nursing home someday. No, Esau gonna work until he can't work no more, and then he gonna be cut off.
Okay, go ahead.
Just to back on that point, what you was wanting to, it's Isaiah 63 and verse 1. It says, "Who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?" It says, "This that is glorious in his appearance, traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?" And it's speaking about Yahweh Shai, coming from Edom, man, coming from the land of Bozrah. So like if I'm pronouncing that wrong, like it's saying, verse 2, "Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?" Because it's saying Yahweh Shai's garment is red, like he been, treading in the wine fat, stepping on grapes all day, man. From what? From the slaughter, man. Like was going through, from the killers of Adumia, man. It says, verse 3, "I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there is none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment." So Yahweh Shai speaking about a slaughtering Edomites, man. It's speaking about him slaughtering Edomites alone by himself. Like he said, "I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury." So it's like the brother was going to, they're not going to have a peaceful death, man. It's going to be slaughtered from Yahweh Shai himself, man.
Because you got to understand, not to cut you off, but Yahweh Shai, he coming to get back, all right? He coming to get revenge. He coming to get vengeance, man, all right? The Christian church will tell you, the Lord doesn't seek revenge. The Lord isn't, man, the Most High petty. Believe it or not, the Most High is a man of war, all right? He love violence, right?
Terrorists, man.
He said, "We come and every eye shall see them,
even those who
pierced them."
God.
Who pierced them? The Edomites. Also 2/3 of our people, man.
God.
And then I also speak about if you go down, I'm reading this. Like I said, Yahweh Shai about revenge, man. Like I said, Isaiah 63 and verse 4, "For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come." So the Lord said the day of vengeance is in his heart, man. This is what the Lord meditates about. How the Lord said, when we come back, when we get to the kingdom, we're going to meditate terror. That's what the Lord doing now. He says, "What? In the year of my redeemer is come." So his redeemer, what? His redeemer is get back, man. The Lord got to do that. Set up. And nobody knows of his get back on the Edomites, man.
I say it like this. Imagine a power worse than Esau, man. You got to understand, Esau got the imagination that he got, the castrated men, the hanging women upside down and cutting the babies out, feeding the babies to alligators, letting a man be split by horses. He got this from the Most High Yahweh, like the brother said, the king of terrors. So imagine a power worse than Esau, man.
So like this is our time, man. And now ain't breaking nobody but Edomites. Can't lie, it's a ritual chilling.
But I got a precept for you, so you know how Shai finna Yahushua waiting to come back and get his revenge back, right? This is Isaiah 42 and 14. It says, I have long time holding my peace, right? You know, the first time he came out here to bring the message. And you see what people did to him, man. You see how they crucified him, right? And things of that such, right? So he been a long time holding his peace. He's sitting back waiting. It's like, you know, he had like, chill, son. Hey, I'm gonna give you, when it's time for it, I'm gonna give you the call to go get him, right? He said, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself, right? Now I will cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. You know how that woman, she's sitting there, she prayed and she in them labor pain, she go through the pain that delivers, how she yelling, pushing that baby out. That's like how Shot finna come out. He finna come out warm, man. He finna come out on it. Right? He said, I come with a sword, man. He ready for it. He sent back waiting to get his vengeance. Also, his vengeance for what they did to him, but also for what they did to his people, man. You know, he said Luke 18 and 7. So thou not avenge my elect who cry day and night unto me, right? But it's also a precept. You got that Psalms. It's also a precept to go into the point where you were talking about how they was doing with the babies, alligators, things of that such, right? We said we finna break out. We finna talk about that, man. We gonna dash. Same way they dashed our little. We gonna dash they little ones, man. We gonna be on their ass. It ain't gonna be no sleep for them, man. You know, even when they sleep, they gonna have nightmares of what's going on, what they going through, man. You had got a point, real fast. Okan, you go ahead. Okan.
I'll bring mine out real fast. This Joel 3 in verse 1. It says, for behold, in those days and at that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Just for education purposes, when we talk about Judah, it's not talking about a separate nation or a separate tribe. You know, Judah is what Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. You know, that's the
Jews.
So it says Judah and Jerusalem, and I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them for my people. So it's like he was going to. The Lord gonna plead these other nations for Israel's sake, man, for what they done to us.
That point real fast, you know that Josephat, that meaning what? Yahweh Shaphat, meaning Yahweh government, he gonna judge them, man. He gonna judge what they did.
It says, and for my heritage, Israel, so this is for his Lord heritage, right? It says, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land, and they have cast lots for my people, have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. You know, so just like you was going to, you know, they fed our babies the gators, man. They sold our children for wine. They sold a boy for wine. They said they sold a girl for they sold a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine. You know what I'm saying? That they may drink. So they sold our people for their own pleasures, man. You know, and that's why I like the scripture talk about in Psalms. I think that's what you were talking about. How the Lord said, "What happy shall the man who dashed our little ones against the stones, man." That's how they enjoy these things. They enjoy sending our people for harlots or to get drunk or you know, get them bait for fun, or you know what they call it, like nigga bait. You know, they play games with our kids. They play games with us, man. So we're gonna enjoy that in the kingdom of heaven when we dash their little ones against the stones, man. But just skip it down real fast. I want to grab this point. I'm going to read this point, and it's another point I want to read, because this is good right here. This is Joel 3, and I'm going to jump down to verse 7, and it reads, behold, I will raise them out of a place where ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. So the Lord going to reverse the curses, man. He's going to reverse all these recompenses, the same things, the trials and tribulations we went through amongst the heathens, and speaking about that in the book of Deuteronomy, how the Lord said, once we return into the heritage, He's going to reverse all the curses. All the curses that was put on the nation of Israel, He's going to put it on our enemies. And this is verse 8. It says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters to the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far out, for the Lord have spoken. So in the kingdom of heaven, that's how you had slaves being sold, slavery, captivity. It's going to be the same thing in the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, once we return to our true power state, we're going to sell their children to sons, like the Lord said He has spoken it, man.
Revelation 13 or 10, leads to captivity, shall go into captivity.
You know? So the captivity is in the scriptures, man. People think slavery done away, it's over with, it ain't never coming back. That was a harsh time in the universe. People were wrong, were sorry, but the Lord gonna bring it right back, man. You know? But this is the other part I want to grab real fast, not to get too far. This verse 9, it says, proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war. So the Lord telling the Gentiles, other nations, to prepare for World War III, prepare for that war, man. Prepare for these things to come, the prophecies. It says, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Did the powers that mighty ones to come down, O Lord. You know, in verse 12 to finish off, let the heathen be wakened and come into the valley of Yahushua, But then I was sent to judge all the heathen around about. So Lord, tell them and get ready for these things, man.
It's coming. No, this low master title of hand, man. This war ain't gonna be won by men, cause it just much you think is set up by men. It's all the blueprint. It's all the movie, man. You know, like the scripture say in Romans chapter 9, right? Who shall resist his will? Right? Everything that's going on is everything that Yahweh shall set for to be done. Right? So this war coming, this ain't gonna be won by man. You finna have them slaughtering each other. And that's thing you know, Yahweh shall gonna crack that sky. And the ones with them bunkers high, the things that's set, they're gonna drag them on out, beat them up too, throw them into slavery. Like, but it ain't no ducking it. This right here, this seemed like the end, but it's the end of Esau kingdom. They being made bare. This the end of them. This the end of them. They being exposed, right? They said, "I said the queen." No one said. They said, "I said the queen." I shall see no sorrow. They pride, all the things they lived illicitly, man. All the things that they, earthly paraphrasing, right? But the things they doing, how they living, the things they doing to the people, right? You know, slaughtering, even going back to when they slaughtered Yahweh Shah, even going to how they doing Jake now, even going to slavery. Right? Like the brother was talking about slavery, the scripture said, you were not sent to captivity for your destruction, man. Right? The scripture also said, I have given, I think it's Isaiah 47, where they talk about Esau ain't showed us no mercy. Zechariah 1:15, they went overboard. Right? They forward the affliction, man. They did too much. That's that pride. So guess what? That pride finna become shut down. Right?
To your point, real fast, it's a true talk about Revelation. I said, including the heart she laid untouched. You mean like you were saying, it ain't never been no scripture wanted to break down how they never been war here in Babylon great on the soul, man. How that great war ain't never been touched. Babylon ain't never went through no tragic event. Like it's gonna come now. That's why the scriptures speak about a town on earth like never before seen, man. Never before happened, paraphrase.
They be wanting you see, and it be showing like little things like we ain't trying to get into no conspiracy theories, but like things like 9/11 or even with Japan bombing Pearl Harbor, they be wanting little shit like that, you know.
But you real quick, you gotta understand that day and age we in now, Esau has found other ways to push war. All right, I don't know if brother been seeing it, but two Chinese agents that got caught smuggling in like you see that June? It was two Chinese agents that got caught smuggling in some kind of fungus. All right, so some kind of shit to put in the food. And I don't know if brothers been seeing it, but even South Carolina had a recall on hamburger meat for the E. coli shit.
I seen like Longhorn got exposed, things like that. I've been seeing a lot of like restaurants being exposed for filthiness.
And you gotta understand, these Chinese own a lot of these farmlands. So the war has already started, but it's like chemical war. It's like it's like I forget the word I'm looking for, but it's like the war already begun without the nukes, man, without the bloodshed.
Hey, the precept you read Obadiah.
Oh, I read 1 and 9.
1 and 9. I'm gonna read.
Good.
Smallpox and stuff.
Smallpox and stuff, yeah. And then the other chapters where I think it was like the war they had with the my daughter in the middle of the war, and we used to watch that like with gas, and like you said, they was the gas tactics, and they were using different things, even in the military, kind of let people get sick. I'm not a warfare scholar, but they're the same tactics they use in the war, man.
God, you ain't gotta use you don't gotta use guns to win a war, man, right?
And like the brother Spirit we live on like to go to this specific elder, I got to go to Esau do these things through the food, man. By the shit they put out in your communities, the stores they put in your communities, from the clothes you wear, the culture they put. All these are war tactics on our people, man.
Hey,
people, that's how.
Remember we was talking about this the other day how like, I went to school, Williamsburg City was owned by black folks. Then I come home, Chinese people own it. Then I go to the other restaurant over there by Walmart, ATL, what is it called? I'm walking there, I see some more. But like, don't I say, Mom, I ain't gonna lie, these folks, you know, I'm like, boy, they taking over. But I'm reading this scripture right quick, this Obadiah 1, and I started verse 6. It says, how are things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right, the Most High gonna expose everything. They're gonna be made bare. Once again, they're gonna be exposed for everything that's going on. Right? But his point is verse 7, right? It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Right? That's going into how we even talk about how, you know, how these Chinese people, they come over here. Like, when you go, when I used to go to school at Syracuse, if you go up there, bro, it's so many Chinese and Asians and them up there. They get that knowledge, they get that understanding from them, and they take it back over there to China so they can build it. China stole all German technology, man. They stole all of it. That's why they got that top technology thing over there. They took that from the Germans, man.
Got a lot of spies.
No, you can search that up, right? And how they come over here, they use people, they get the money thing. They go right on back over there to their people, right? It says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So they take these things from them and they go on back to their place. Right? That's why I talk about how the brother was talking about earlier, how all these countries, right? How all these countries they're gonna come up against America. America gonna be hurt, man. America gonna be going through it. And if you read Revelation 13, right, verse 2, when they talk about that bear talking into Russia, right? Because you know when we talk about that leopard, the Greeks. When they go into that bear, Russia, that's gonna knock this place down, right? That's gonna destroy Edomite. They're gonna destroy Edomites and hold. Right, Russia gonna come on them hard, man. That's why you see Trump and Putin. They can't get along, man, because it's privacy, man. They gonna try to push that peace. It's like, but
Even though the Indians, what's the Indians? I can't remember.
Yeah.
The real like the Indians like Indians.
Indonesia.
It's on the tip of my tongue, man. Either way, man, the troops going to that. I ain't gonna let you feel like. They really bad, man. That's what the word it didn't come from. They're the real seven. They're really real bad, man. The ones that own the convenience stores, liquor stores. That's the real.
Buddy.
Yeah, they really bad, man. I'm used to the breakdown on how they ain't gonna be so good. They ain't gonna be so bad. They really come out and show you true colors. Who they really are. They're really like, man, who they really. They really crazy scripts going there.
And that goes to show you that ultimately that what? Everything is controlled like Yahweh Shem Shah. Yahweh Shem Shah put Esau in that place. Because if you understand, bro, Israel powerful.
Ishmael and it's another Ishmael and
that's the
it's another way.
The Ishmaelites is the Arabians. Yeah.
My cousins.
But yeah, but when you understand it all, like it's all probably set up how all these nations gonna come against themselves, and like I be saying, man, even with watching the elders and the brothers going into like all this uproar and things, it just seems like even the title at hand, man, this war to come, this war not gonna be won by man. We not gonna be sitting back on no time when you had World War II, where you couldn't go to school, things of that set. We not worried about that, because we, as you see, as we even name it right now, all the Moabites, all these things, they coming against each other, and as you see, who's sitting back watching it? Israel, man, because Israel finna be brought up. Because we've been under captivity under all these nations for so long, man. Right? So now it's our time to rule. But you people still out here trying to fight for equality or whatever you're trying to fight for, understanding that the Most High been saying, vengeance unto him. It's a way more vengeance that's finna be brought into them, man. This pain we finna go through is for a greater purpose. Because once we get through it, we're gonna be brought up. Like the brother's name and the little characteristics in the kingdom, things that's said, it's gonna be a forever party, it's gonna be all happiness, things that said. But you people out here roaring the uproaring because he told you to get out. I'll be honest, man, like I was saying earlier, if you really understood it, that might be the Most High trying to deliver you at some point. What's finna come here, you're not gonna want to be here anyway. The people gonna wish they got the hell on through what's finna come. But
quick precept, back what being said. This is Isaiah 47:1, and just like you said, going back into the title, the war ain't gonna be won by man, it's gonna be won by Yahweh Shah. But ultimately, like the truth from the tell you, the Lord said, that's why he said, when I come down, I'm not gonna meet you as a man. This is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is none, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." So this place ain't gonna be called tender and delicate. This place ain't gonna be enjoyable like it goes through in Revelations. How the merchants of the earth and people gonna well over Babylon the great, man, and they're gonna be this great place to come to and Torah. So it says, "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks and make bare the leg, uncover thy pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen." That's what you're seeing now. That's what's supposed to be going to be revealed later in these last days. The same of Babylon great and these Idumeans, man, and the rest of these nations, their shame gonna be revealed. It says, "I will take vengeance and I will not meet you as a man." the Lord said he gonna take that vengeance upon Babylon and break the God of Babylon. He's not gonna beat them as a man. Look, it's all preparing to fight outside the angels, man. They preparing what these ICBM missiles,
Jets,
all this shit to
helicopters.
fight against the angels in Yahushua. The Lord said he not even gonna come and meet them as a man. You know, the Lord coming with what's the word I'm looking for? Terrestrial beings, man, with different kind of powers, man. Chariots with laser beams, shit they can't even, like the movies you watch with Shazam, they get shot, the bullet can't even, nigga caught the bullet. You feel me? They can't even, you ain't gonna be your own Yahushua or the chariots, man.
About Hancock. Look at Hancock.
This a precept, you know, going in to show you who that daughter of Babylon is, right? It's Psalms 137, and I'll start at verse 7. It says,
I was holding that.
okay, I'll bring it out because he had read it again today. He had hit me again. But remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. And that's going all the way back to 70 AD when they came and destroyed our place, man. They came and destroyed Jerusalem, right? So, you know, it's Most I got a lot of indignation for him, man. Righteous anger. It's a lot set up for him, right? It says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, right? And remember he said, children of Edom, right? Who is Edom, right? Adumim. The Greek way to say Edom is Adumim. That's the Israelite. I'm slacking. That's Esau, the so-called white man, man. Esau, Edom. Esau meaning wasted away. Edom meaning red, right? They melanin was wasted away, right? And they came out red. Not he came out colored red. No, that his blood showed forth through his skin, man. The so-called what they call them, rednecks, things of that such, man. You see these things. I seen the picture. I think there was a lot of Esau was at the beach. They had a lot of all type of red paint on their face. You seen that? You feel me? Come on, man. They being made better. They been exposed to who they is, right? But it's verse 8.
Real quick, even nature exposed them. Like you said, he sit out in the sun long enough.
They're red. God. Verse 8 it says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thou. So like happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. So everything they done to us is gonna be brought back unto them, right? It says, happy shall he be that taketh and dash thy little ones against the stone. Just like the bro was saying earlier, how they giving our little ones to alligator things that such, man, all that's gonna come right back on them. Right, that's I got a precept real fast. This, I want to say this, 1 Thessalonians, no, it's about to be 2 Thessalonians 1 in verse 6, right? It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, man. It's a righteous thing, man. Indignation, it's a righteous thing for him to bring recompense for things that all the people had did to us. It's righteous to him for him to do that, right? It says, into you who are troubled, rest with us. When the Lord Yahweh shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, and flaming fire taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh, and they obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power, when he shall come to be glorified in his saints. Who is his saints? Israel, man, right? The scripture said, I want to say that's Psalms 148, or it might be 147, right? But his saints are Israel, right? He says, and to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed in that day, right? So we know that Yahweh Shah finna come and bring that judgment right back on them, man, right? So even going back to the title at hand, this war not gonna be won by men. They're gonna fight. Most are gonna get them all in the valley of Josaphat, right? Even if I'm not mistaken, right? This just hit me. Is valley of Josaphat? I think that's in Israel. To be real, even when they have a war right now. I think you're right. You can pull it up to confirm it. Let me see.
Like you were saying about our war with the saints, and how you gonna recompense all these guys from Esau. I just want to talk about Revelation, paraphrasing. They were able to give it and make war with the saints. That's what the Lord allowed. He allowed Esau to make war with the children of Israel, with the saints, man. To come against. That's why you really see all these things come to pass, because what? Like the brother said earlier, you got the men of the Lord on the streets prophesying these things. That's why prophecy is able to come to pass. That's why you have these uproar, these seditious amongst men. That's why you having war reporting around Iran versus Russia. Not Iran, but Iran versus Israel, Russia versus Ukraine. You know, the different conflicts and things on earth, man. You know, because what prophecy become fast because what you had to make for prophesying these things. You had Jake waking up. You got two side people better than they waking up. You know? Like the scripture talk about what Revelation, Yahweh shall be in the spirit of prophecy, man. That's how you know Yahweh shall spirit is down on the earth dealing with the elect, man. But what the spirit of prophecy is causing prophecy to move. That's why you see these things able to move, man.
Con, it says, right here, Google say the Valley of Josaphat, known as the Kindred Valley, is located between the old city of Jerusalem and Mount Olive. It is the valley that runs east of Jerusalem. The Kindred Valley is a significant place in religious tradition, particularly in Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and has been associated with the Last Judgment. But, yeah, but point being is they finna be gathered there. And when they gather there, after they get done shooting down, killing each other, the ones left, well, Yahweh shot, even while they doing that, Yahweh shot finna crack the sky, and the ones that's left, you know, they're gonna be tied up, thrown into slavery, man. Right? So you gonna think that you gonna sit back and think, oh, the Germans gonna win this war, the Russians gonna win this war, things like that. Nah, man. Hey, this is the ending of all of them, man. Yahweh shot, you know, Yahweh shot, King David, and that elect, they finna win this war, man. We the ones who finna be brought up. Everybody else finna be judged and destroyed, man. Everybody else finna be judged and destroyed. This place right here finna be left desolate. It ain't gonna be nothing left here to even think about what happened. They said this should be no more remembrance of this, man. We ain't even gonna think of this place. Even when, Lord willing, we being beaten up into them chariots, man. We ain't gonna be. You think we gonna be worried about? You crazy? We gonna be happy. We baited out this mud. What? Like what? We gonna be happy that we getting beamed up. And then even then, I was watching the elder earlier. He was talking about even some brothers gonna get them powers now. You feel me? When it pop off, Yahweh Shah could put the power on them. Esau could be running up on them. You know, earth can open up, split. Boom, they fall down on that side. We good on this side, man. You know, it's gonna be fearful. It's gonna be fearful, but it's gonna be. Oh.
I was gonna say that I come out that movie. I had watched the show. I think it was a show. I can't remember. It came out last year, so I hadn't even seen the trailer. I had to see something. I was trying to find to watch it. But I had a little boy, little Jake had started catching and getting spiritual powers.
Oh, you talking about that Raise the Dion?
They went. It was something like that. The little Jake, when he was with his daddy, he started getting spiritual powers. I seen like a little preview. I ain't never watched that like that.
Yeah, but that's how it's gonna be.
Going to that though, man, you know, because the Lord calling his neck his children. But you gonna have people like that. Like I said, you know, times getting those powers, man. When there's crunch time shit going on, you gonna have to catch that power, man.
Psalms 82, it says, ye are God, you should die like men. Right, you know, we finna get back into that position, man. We finna get back into that God like them. We finna get those powers back. We finna get back into a position that we was at. But therefore, we've been iterating this whole count, right? It ain't no need for us to be out here worrying about what Esau, Trump, what any of them got going on, man.
So, you should have said it on paraphrasing. I said, and then the Lord will have a might of their wings as eagles. Like we're gonna build a run, fly. We're gonna not fly. We're gonna build the film run. We're gonna be good. We ain't gonna be weary those days. We ain't gonna be fatigued. Like you feel me? You know, in the natural body, you don't get fatigued. You might try to run high like Esau. When you hurt, you bent. You might be running on your feet. You ain't gonna feel the Lord will have it in your spirit where you ain't gonna be. You might be able to run through down, jump over. You didn't even know you could be able to jump over down. They gonna push you, so you can run and you fly. Like he said those days the man gonna be mighty like David. You know, David was mighty, man. David fight against Goliath. David fought against the Lord. David was, you feel me? He was that stern man. And then David was a young man. You feel me? That's why the Lord said it's gonna be like David at the time, man.
What you had said earlier, I think you had said it earlier, like, but we gonna get our heritage back. We gonna come back to our traditions, man. We were strong man. Everything that Esau and all them they get that from us. They get it from Israel. Everything started with us, man. Right? We gonna get all that back. We gonna get all that back, man. We gonna get our powers back. All the things that said. You know, we gonna be doing things that we know we can do because all that was stripped from us at one point. But now it's being brought back to us. Now it's being brought back into us. Right? But it's prophecies and things that's gonna unfold. It's prophecies and things that gotta unfold in order for us to get to that position, man. Right? Just like we talking about with World War III. These signs, these things being exposed, man. Right? These things supposed to happen. You know, to seeing the ones who's gonna stay focused. Cause now it's at times to where you got Jake wanna start getting. Jake feel like he gotta get money now. Jake like he need to go get guns now. Jake, Jake trying to secure up to fight Esau. You ain't gonna be able to come against Esau in the flesh. I'm gonna be real with you. All the people out there protesting, going, you not gonna. Yeah.
Scriptures say that.
Come on.
Like you said, all these protesters, yeah, these militias, all right, these little sets. Jake think he gonna rise up. Black Panthers, all right. You see what happened to the last security guard? All right. It ain't gonna for real. It ain't gonna be great for Jake, man.
Ain't gonna lie, for real. But that's the thing, bro. That's the thing. I'm looking at this whole thing. Like when I be sitting at home, I be seeing it. When I be seeing the things inside, I be like, man, just don't know. Like I always, even before I came into the truth, I would be like, man, it just always, before I came into the truth, understand, now is that we don't fear nobody but Yahweh Shah, because we know it's all according to His will. But before I came into the truth, I used to be scared of the police. Even now, brothers talk about how now they got full immunity to do anything to you. So they was already doing that back then. I was like, boy, white folks can do whatever they want to you. Them so-called white people can do whatever they want to you, man. Right? So it kind of coming against them in the flesh, it ain't gonna work. It ain't no need for you to try to do that. Right? Once again, Romans 12 and 19, most I tell you, man, vengeance unto Him. Therefore, we should be doing what? But people don't even know, matter of fact, bring this precept out. Hebrews chapter 4. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. Right? Just as much as y'all out there protesting, things of that such, just imagine if y'all was out there in these garments out there calling on Yahweh Shah, preaching the word. You don't even know how much bad it'll cut Esau up, man. Right? It said Hebrews 4 and 12, right? It says, for the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and the joints of marrow, and is the discerner of thoughts and the intents of the heart. Right? This word hit deep. Right? They not worried about y'all out there protesting. They worry about the sincere men out here in the truth, when these highways and byways got them to elect. Tell them not even trip by that point. It's all part of prophecy, man. They worry about Him. This is the biggest threat to them. Right? You think that they coming hard on you just because they tell you to go somewhere? You don't want to go somewhere? It's imagine when you get thrown in camps and they threaten you to cut your head off and say you love Jesus or take this chip. Imagine those things, man. This right here is just the beginning of it. This right here is just the little snippet of it, man. The preview. It's the movie finna begin in a minute, man. This ain't nothing.
This is back up at point and go into the time that we're heading to. So the second Ezra 16 and in verse 39, it says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So you finna have these sorrows come upon the earth on every side, man. It says, oh my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So that's just going to. We're not gonna be like 2/3 of the people try to come up and rise against Esau and rebel, riots, this type of shit. The Lord commanded us now. He telling us to be ready as pilgrims, man. If you go into a pilgrim, that's somebody that's sojourn from one city to another. That's why the scriptures also talk about, with the paraphrasing, if they persecute you in one city, flee to the next. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be on the road. We down there gonna be on the travel. Jake ain't never traveled. Then Jake out to my he gonna be on through the whole damn 50 states, man. 12 states. How that's from Esau. You never know. So the Lord might have you feel me, my channel somewhere. Now you might go from East Coast to West Coast. You feel me, from East, so you never know, man.
Just like, and once again, right, to hit me in the spirit, it's a thing. Like even when I was I forgot what one of the brothers had said, or I was reading back in Second Ezra again. I was just going through, like, just reading precepts, how they come put each other precept upon precept, line upon line, and even understanding, man, like, man, this is everything. Ain't nothing new under the sun. These are the same things that the Roman Empire was doing before the weaken Jake up, getting Jake in that selfish defense, right? Getting Jake hurt, getting Jake out his mind, wilding out, right? Me and Hadabgar was talking about it in the group. We was talking about how, with the 12 Caesars, and how how Nero had sent the mission. He sent the mission over there to Israel to really, or to Jerusalem, because they was up there rioting, they was up there uproaring for how they was getting treated, attached, things like that. The same thing that's going on now. And next thing they end up going over there, slaughter them, taking over and things of that such. Well, that's how the same thing how Jacob's trouble's finna hit. You're doing all this uproar and all this fighting, all these things and such. Boom, y'all, they finna come, and what the elders be saying, Trump even look like Nero or act like Nero, things that such, man. Like, it ain't nothing new under the sun. He's the same thing. That's why he said things are written for a fourth time before I learn it, man. right? It's for you to get in this book and this knowledge so you can understand these things. You won't be so clueless to what's going on. The people so confused. Why he telling us to leave? We been here, man. We get in this book. Understand these things is gonna come upon you, man. These things is gonna come upon you. It's gonna be hardship. It's gonna be affliction. But at most, I just saying how you gonna take it. Is you gonna keep that faith, or you gonna give in to them devices? You know?
Y'all ain't got nothing. Put back up there. Second Thessalonians. Chapter 2. We'll go back into the son of perdition. It was that man that finna be revealed. The brothers just going into Esau being revealed, the things of that such.
Pick back up at 1, we can start at 3.
So you start at verse 2, then go to 3.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 2. And it reads, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as at the day of Hamashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Man. So basically, the destruction won't come till they're coming falling away first, and that happened back during the 70 AD, right? You know, 70 AD happened. That was pretty much the beginning of the end of Israel and the land. They were pretty much ran out of there by the Romans, and the brother had just mentioned that earlier. So you can continue on reading verse 4.
Verse 4. And it reads, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is Most High.
So that shows that this speaking about Esau, and somebody know the precept is like Obadiah, I think it was like 1 and 9. You can grab it real quick. Like,
What did it say? I think
Obadiah 1.
what it's going into?
Hold on. Verse 4.
Verse 4.
You started verse 4.
Okay, come out the eagle. It said, this Obadiah 1 and verse 4, right? It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh. It will break down.
Yeah,
Khan. So no, Khan. You know, America. What they like? What is that like? The symbol? They symbol animal, whatever it is. It's the eagle, man. Right?
Kill the eagle, you would get a certain amount of years in jail.
Fact. And you know, like when you do the eagle is like basically like the top bird in the sky, man. The eagle be picking creatures up, taking them high, dropping them down. Like an eagle is a fish bird for real. And that's how Esau exalt himself with that pride. Things that like the scripture said, right? It says, thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, meaning, you know, they try to exalt themselves to be like the Most High. They push all these ways. They want to control the people. They want to control the people's mind. They want to make people do what they want people to do, right? It says, thence I will bring thee down, to the Lord. So the Most High going to destroy them. He's going to show them, right? He's going to show them that they're just man, right? But kind of quick.
Real fast. It was a video on TikTok showing that. I think it was some Tennessee somewhere on TikTok. It was showing that a bald eagle with 2 arms. I guess they got to fight whatever. How they spiraled down and they fell in front of a car. In the comments, somebody was saying that's crazy seeing what America going through right now. This must be symbolic, so you know America about to fall. Because it's rarely have like bald eagles fly in the sky like that. You know what I'm saying? Like how they just feel the same stuff. Like they ain't really kill each other. They both just spiral down and die.
Quick precept to the Obadiah, Isaiah 14 and verse 14. So I would ascend above the heights of the cloud. I would be like the Most High, man. That's how Esau try to, persuade himself, as in today's, world. In today's time, you want to be like the Most High. You want to have all the newest technology. You want to be in power. You want to be in control of every single little thing. So you can pick back up verse 5.
I got a quick precept for you in that too. One quick file. Ezekiel 28, and I get straight to the point. Verse 2, it says, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, this saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas. Like, this is meaning the seas represent people. He said, yet thou art a man and not a God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. Right? So they trying to push that pride. Like Brother saying, they want to do all these things, trying to push that they are God, but he just told them, man, you are a man. Right? But
You ain't got nothing to pick back up.
This is 2 Thessalonians, 2 and verse 5, and it reads, Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time.
Man, so certain things were hidden back then till now because it wasn't time for him to be fully revealed. And him, we're referring to Esau Edom as in the white man as in today's time, right? And I'm gonna go back to Isaiah 14 and just prove that real fast. Isaiah 14, and I'll start at verse 12. He say, How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the heavenly Father. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall nearly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? So he's saying, man, the people gonna start to look upon him and get to wondering and considering, like, hey, is this the man that made earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? How do you make the earth to tremble? How do you shake kingdoms? What's another word for perdition? Destruction. What's along with destruction? War. What comes with war? Bombs, ICBM missiles, things of that such, right? We see that's going on right now as of today.
And also, I was thinking America got one like top prison populations as well too, man. Everybody down there locked up over there. Like, treat them cruel down there in the prison. A lot of people coming out every day. Right. It's crazy what they say. For every third grader who can't read, they go ahead and build a. That's a business to them. They go ahead and build a cell.
So you can read verse 7. And then somebody can grab Romans the 9th chapter and start at verse 13.
2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 7, and it reads, For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who no letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way.
So who is this mysterious person of iniquity doth already work? We say during this time, Paul was writing a letter to the Thessalonians. He said Roman Empire was still in power at this time. You know, they were finna go down in the near future, but they were still in power at this time. So we were finna go to Romans the 9th chapter. You start at verse 13.
Okay, I'm in Romans 13. Romans 9 and verse 13. And it reads, and it says, As it is written, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Can you read? It says,
Can I reread it?
This is Romans 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
So you know, Romans the 9th chapter, it basically premieres, you know, and it's sit around these two children, which is Jacob and Esau. You can read, hold on, before you read verse 17. He said, also give you a list of things that belong, size, pertain to them and only to them. And it also goes through the list of the sons of Abraham to show that the Lord wasn't dealing with any of those sons except for the son of the promise, which was Isaac. You know, so now you can read verse 14.
It says, What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid.
So he's saying, like, since the Most High only loved Jacob and not Esau, that's unrighteous with the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father forbid, meaning no. You know, so you can jump down to verse 19. Jump down to verse 19 for me.
Can we want to read down? To read down to it? Because it all going together.
It don't matter.
Yeah, all going together. I'm just reading down from verse 15. It says, For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
So reread verse 15 from the top.
It says, For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
So who would the Heavenly Father have mercy on? This is the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. So this is showing right there that the Heavenly Father is going to have mercy on Jacob and he was yet going to choose Israel. We know that Jacob, we learn the name to Israel. So, all right.
Verse 16 says, so then, quick point two, you can't try to question the Most High, man. You know, these Christians be trying to make like he gotta have mercy on everybody. No, he letting you know, like brother brought out, man. He got mercy on Jacob. They be trying to fit everybody in for some reason, but he said it. What he said is what it's gonna be. But this verse 16 says, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy. I mean, the men don't matter. But verse 17, for the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Therefore he hath mercy on whom he will have mercy on, and whom he will he hardeneth. Thou will say then unto me, why doeth he yet find fault?
Yeah, you can finish it off.
It says, for who hath resisted his will?
God, man. So no one has resisted the will of the Most High. You can't read verse 20.
It says, nay, but O man, art thou that repliest against Yahweh? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me this?
God, so I'll just read from my notes, by the way. He said, have two sons. Isaac had two sons. He said one was chosen, which was Jacob, and the other one was not, which was Esau. So can Esau jump up and say, why you make me this? No, because the Most High is the potter, he is the clay. So you can't read verse 21.
It says, hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
So he say of the same lump, meaning the same sperm line through Isaac, to make one vessel unto honor and the other one to dishonor. So you read verse 22.
It says, what if Yahweh will to show his wrath and make known his what if Yahweh will to show his wrath and to make his power known, endureth with long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
God, man. So who is that vessel of wrath fitted to destruction? Can you bring back up 2 Thessalonians? So, like again, he said, who is that vessel of wrath fitted to destruction? Esau, Edom, the Edomites, which are the vessels to dishonor. And we're going to see that that's also the son of perdition, the son of destruction. You got it.
Before you get too far from the point, just about that Romans. This is Job 4:17. It says, shall more man be more just than the Most High? Shall a man be more poor than his maker? Behold, he hath put no trust in his servants, and his angels he trusts with folly. So like he was saying, and the Lord, a mortal man, Esau, Edom, he can't be more just than Yahweh Shai. If it's going to it, Yahweh Shai gonna have mercy on whom he got mercy on. Same way he said to Pharaoh, he said Esau will. They're not gonna be. They're not going to be more just than Yahweh Shai for what they're doing just because the Lord set them up. You know what I'm saying? The Lord chose them and ordered him for this reason. So what? So his name could be magnified in the earth. And it says, shall a man be more important than his maker? They can't, because the Lord, I'm going to say it don't matter. That's what the Lord designed them for. Like the scripture tell you, really paraphrase, not to go too far. He said, well, he set up the wicked for the day of destruction, man. He preserved Esau when he set him up for that destruction. And then, like I said, verse 18, this is a quick part I want to touch on here through the Spirit. It says, behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. And we know that the Lord, just how we're a servant of Yahweh Shai on the right hand side, Esau was a servant of Yahweh Shai on the left hand side. It's a balance. The Lord deals with a just balance. And this how you know we no longer serve, we're friends, we're brothers of Yahweh Shai. Just a quick point. This John 15, verse 15 gets to the point. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. So the Lord said he not calls no servant no more, because the servant knows not what his Lord doeth. Esau don't know, he don't understand what Yahweh Shai doing. You know what I'm saying? But we do. Now the scripture tell you he will benefit his servants, what? To his secrets to prophets. Well, he will benefit his secrets to his servants to prophets. And then like it says, I have called you friends. For all things I have heard of my Father, I have made known to you. The Lord called us friends, no more servants, because what? Everything through purpose he revealed unto us through the Spirit by Yahweh Shai.
Not to go too rant, but that also goes into understanding why Yahweh Shai laid down and who he laid down for. Because he reconciled us back to be a friend with Yahweh. Because our friendship was a little bit vague. Our friendship was a little bit dub, man. Because like even the elder talking about this earlier. You have a friendship, right? We have a friend, and I'm not being a good friend. I ain't doing nothing for you. I ain't doing as we do. Then you ain't gonna be my friend no more, right? That's how we wasn't doing nothing that Yahweh said for us to do. So he like, yo, I ain't being friends with y'all no more. But Yahweh Shai reconciled us back to that friendship. I got one quick piece up just to go into You know,
I was just finna say this quick point
Oh, go
before
ahead,
you
go
bring
ahead.
that out. And you know, just going back to Romans, the same way he did Pharaoh, the same way he go do Esau, Edom, right? And just like I say with the potter and the clay, right? You know that potter way out of clay, you know, sometimes they be making a vase, you know, the bowls, things of that such, right? You know, then with the other half of that, you know, make a toilet or whatever the case may be. And then Clay is not going to question the maker of why you made me this. You know, the same way with Esau. Esau is not going to question the Most High. You know, hey, the Most High wanted this vessel to be an honor, this vessel to be dishonored. That's what it is. You
And
know.
he made Esau, he got the screw tape, he made Esau his sword, right?
Sword.
He part of Esau to me.
No cap.
And it's point too. It's balance, man. Esau getting that kingdom right here. Like I remember when I even first started watching GMS coming into. I remember Elder was out by he was saying, man, you see Esau, they tell him, man, this your kingdom, this your place. Like, you know, you shouldn't be hard going. This your kingdom, this your heaven right here. But the priest also bring out Job 33:13 says, why dost thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. So what's the point of you trying to come against the Most High? For whom was resisting his will, man? Well, he said, like brother was saying, right? He took the same seed, right? He made one evil and one righteous. And the evil fulfilling their lot, and the evil fulfilling their lot, and the righteous gonna fulfill their lot, man. You know, that's just what it's set to be, man. For every action, there's a reaction, man.
So I'm gonna just reread 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come and falling away further, and that man of sin be revealed, son of perdition, man. So this is showing that man of sin, the son of perdition, is Esau Edom, you know, known as the white man today's term. But we go furthermore prove that. Grab that Isaiah 34 and 5. And no, man, you ain't got nothing. You can get Luke 10 and 18.
This is the book of Isaiah 34, verse 5, and it reads, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and
I'll just stop right there. He said, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. This the Lord go bring destruction upon Esau and the military, you know, which are going to be up in the heavens, you know, flying in the heavens with their fighter jets, planes, and all of that, and the Lord going to take them out. And that's what the brother was talking about earlier, you know. But you can start from the top, then finish.
Isaiah 34 and 5 from the top. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
You know that word Idumea is Greek way of saying Edom / Edomites. You know, you grab that Luke 10 18. Just going to, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. So that's what Luke 10 18 finna go on to.
This is Luke 10 and verse 18. It says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
Meaning he saw the destruction when he came back and took Esau and the nations out of rulership and destroyed their military, starting with their fighter jets. That's why he said that. Cause we read that.
It says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven.
So he said they falling from heaven because why? Cause you literally gonna see their fighter jets and their you know, planes and things of that such falling from the heavens, man. Cause they gonna try to make war with the Heavenly Father in the heavens, you know. And you go see it just like you see in the movies when you see the smoke coming from the plane. That's how it gonna be with them damn jets, man.
The book of Revelation talk about that. Pull it up real fast. We talk about Michael and the archangels, right? Revelation 12 and 7, right? It says, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, right? You know that, which is that beast system, NATO America, right? And the dragon fought and his angels, right? And that, you know, that war in heaven, what brother talked about, right? Those ships, things, what they got in heaven, you know, all that shit gonna be shot down. Your house out there gonna be in them chariot, destroying them, man. They gonna be getting on them, man. They gonna be making them look weak. Like brothers read Isaiah 14, right? And it even talked about when they fall, the nations asked them, like, damn, are you become weak as us? Like, you done got destroyed too, just as we was destroyed. Yeah, the most High raised up kings, and he raised up kings, and he knocked down kings, man. Esau gonna be not out of rulership. The Most High gonna show his power on them. They gonna be looking like a little feather to him, man. Ain't gonna be nothing to him.
You can after your point.
I was just gonna say, Esau so damn prideful, he really gonna think he got a chance. Like, he really gonna be trying to fight the chariot. He really gonna be trying to fight the angels, man.
You reread Isaiah 34:5 for the last time.
God, Isaiah 34 and 5, it reads, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and the people of my curse to judgment.
Man, it say, upon the people of my curse to judgment. So read that book of Zechariah, the 5th chapter, verse 3.
Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goes forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that still shall be cut off as on this side, according to it, everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side, according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and to the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. It shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
So just like he said in verse, I believe it was verse 3, he said that it's gonna be a curse that is sent forth from the face of the earth, if I'm not mistaken. You know, and this curse is gonna be from the chariot coming and, you know, bringing destruction to Babylon the Great, aka America, right? And it's gonna fill the face of the earth. You know, there's gonna be a curse to Esau, Edom, and the other nations. Because why? Because they're gonna be being destroyed, being killed, you know, through the chariots and the nuclear missiles and things of that such, right? The radiations and things of that such, right? And yeah, man. Just going back to Isaiah 34 and 5, man. And we're at that point now where they're about to be destroyed, man. You know, so we seeing the signs and we seeing the things of that such, right? And brother ain't got nothing. Somebody can Revelation the 17th chapter and verse 7 for me. I'll read this real quick in the book of 2 Ezra. You got something?
Oh no.
Okay. So I'm gonna read this real quick, 2 Ezra 6, and I'll start at verse 6. And it reads, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. And, you know, the Lord brought a beginning to something. Now he bringing the end to it. And what's he bringing the end to it? Esau rulership, Esau age, you know, things of that such, right? He said we see the signs of the end happening right now. You can see the people that run the earth today are the so-called white people. You know, we know that through Joel 9 and 24. And we continue on verse 7, he said, then answered I and said, what shall be the part that's under other times, or what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followed? And he said it to me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau was born to him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So for Esau is the end of the world, the end of this age, but Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. As in Jacob's kingdom, or the kingdom of heaven, is for the Israelites, you know, and that's the kingdom that we're going to be able to dwell in for eternity, you know, for infinity, have immortal bodies, don't have to worry about war again, don't have to worry about going into captivity again, we don't got to worry about nothing again, man. It's going to be full of happiness and things of that such, right?
What it said, Genesis, right? Who's ahead, who's the hill.
Okay.
Punishment coming.
You can bring up that Revelation 17 chapter, verse 7.
God has Revelation 17 and verse 7, and it reads, and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns.
Man, so that woman is America, right? And the beast represents the EU NATO, right? And the 7 heads and 10 horns, which represents their 7 major empires along with their EU. So you can continue on verse 8.
Okay. And you see that they in this conglomeration that they have this how they tie together. America got the most say so in this, like, you know, like they all supposed to have equal say so, but America is the head. America's in that power seat of this revival Roman Empire.
Okay, you got it.
Revelation 17 and 8, and the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is.
Man, so they're dealing with America. You know that bottomless pit is Europe, right? And America was in the vision of the Apostle John, and the reason it said and is not because it wasn't at that time. It was a future vision that he was saying of America, right? He said ascended out of the bottomless pit because they did come out of so-called Europe. You know? Speaking of America.
They came out of that. They emerged out of the Roman Empire. But when even Apostle John having his vision, the ancient Roman Empire was in rulership at this time. Even though they was at the end of it, you still had Jake come in and kept going with their pagan ways, they pagan things of that such. Jake was still ruling. I forgot the Jake ruler even going all the way back. I forgot his name. Got it in my notes, but matter of fact, I say it real fast for education purposes. This Revelation. His name was. Slucky. Oh yeah, I think it was Constantine, right? Yeah, Constantine. Constantine was the first Roman emperor, man. So and he's saying that because Rome was in power at that time, right? But then they vanished. And then he see them come back in the future. He see them come back to America.
You know, from that moment, Esau came over and decided they wanted to come over and steal this land from the Israelites that were/are here and establish themselves here, man. That goes into Zechariah, what was that, the 5th chapter that we had just read, how there's a lot of thieves and things of that such, right? So you can reread verse 8, and then you can jump down to verse 18.
Come. This is Revelation 17 and 8, and it reads, "The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is."
So it says, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. Meaning that's the ones that are not part of the elect, you know, and the beast that was and is not and yet is speaking of America. So y'all can you can jump that verse. Yeah.
Everybody good tonight?
Yes, sir.
I'm great for an old guy.
Yeah, that's
How's
good.
it going,
Yeah.
guys?
Good.
Come. This is Revelation 17 and verse 18, and it reads, "And the woman which thou sawest is the great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth."
Man. So it says, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. America has that power over the nation. That's what the brother just wanted to, right? America has that power over the nations. Although at this point now, they're losing their power, but they still have a sway over the world, man. We see that Esau Edom is losing their power because why? Through the war, ain't nobody listening to Esau Edom no more. Everybody's standard fed up Esau Edom. You know, so they losing their power, but they still have a say so, you know, until it all put down.
I got a piece of it fast. You know how we brought out Isaiah 47, showing talking about the daughter of Babylon, and we brought out Psalm 137, showing Esau, that daughter of Babylon. Right here, you know, in America is Babylon, right? Spiritual Sodom and Egypt. This is Revelation 18 and 10. It says, "Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, from one hour is thy judgment come." Right? So that great city was Babylon, which is America.
So you can read it in Mark 13th chapter just to show you that, you know, this prediction is soon to come in Babylon the Great, aka America, that it will be including bombs, nuclear bombs and things to that such, right?
This is Mark 13 and verse 25. And it reads, "And the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken."
So like I say, man, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. So what are calling these so-called stars to fall and make the heavens be shaken? I mean, those are the ICBM missiles, you know, the nuclear missiles, man. But right here, they use similar tools. Grab that real quick. Tell us what. Hosea 12:10.
It's Hosea chapter 12, verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
So they showing you right there. So with their vision, they use similar tools. So the best way they could describe these missiles, these bombs, they describe them as stars falling from the heavens, you know, and shaking the earth and shaking the heavens, right? They can continue on verse 26. And just like you can grab Job 5, chapter 5, verse 19 and 20.
This is Mark 13 and verse 26. And it reads, "And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory."
So who's that referring to? Yahweh. Can continue on.
27. "And then shall he send his angels, and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, and from the uttermost parts of the earth to the uttermost parts of heaven."
Man. So you can grab that real quick.
So, start verse 19. Now this is Job 5 and verse 19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
So just keep holding this. I'm going to reread verse 27. Mark 13:27 say, then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of the heaven. So as you can see, like it says in Job 5 and 19, you can read that.
Job 5 and 19 said, he shall read 22. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine shall he reward. In famine shall he redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword.
So this is showing you that we will be out of here between the 6 and / or the 7th player. And we are talking about the elect, and Lord willing, we all know that number, that 144,000, right? So it's just showing you that the Heavenly Father is going to send up his elect, beam up his elect, in the chariots, the chariots have many names, throughout the Bible: clouds, chariots, whirlwinds, flying rolls, things of that such, right? But the elect is going to be beamed up, and they go, and those, like I said earlier, Revelation 15 verses 1, on down, it speaks of how the elect got the victory over the beast, and the elect that was able to watch, Babylon the Great be destroyed. That's what it talk about the mingle, on our
Glass mingle.
kind, something like that. So that's really it on that. I'll bring out 2 Ezra 16 real quick just to prove to you that when these missiles are shot, that they're not going to miss. So this is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 13. He said, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, man. So this this right hand that bendeth the bow and his arrows that shooteth are sharp. So these are referring to the ICBM missiles, right? The nuclear missiles, right? That's going to be shot, and like I said, shot into the ends of the world, man. So when they shoot these missiles, into Babylon the Great, they're not going to miss its target. The target is not going to be missed. It's going to hit directly where it's supposed to be hit at. These major cities, these major states, and things of that sense, right? Is going to destroy Babylon the Great. And I can continue to read on. It's great. 2 Ezra, the 16th chapter, real great. But that was the point I want in verse 13. That those ICBM missiles, ICBM missiles, going to be shot, to Babylon the Great, man, going to destroy this place.
All right, so this is what kind of going in that, showing you. So the brothers brought it to you, showing you, right? America, right? America that's going to be destroyed, and then it's going to show you that it's really going into Yahweh Shah coming to destroying, same thing. How Yahweh Shah coming and destroying, he gonna deliver his elect.
Right, man. And just say this real quick. And that whole breakdown, just showing you that, that son of perdition, Esau, Edom, and that they is going to go into war and destruction and things of that such, right? So just going into the title.
All right, Khan. So this is 2 Ezra 11, and I'm gonna start at verse 37. It says, "And I behold, and lo, as it were a roaring lion takes out the wood, and that roaring lion is Yahweh Shah." Right? He referred to as a lion. I forgot the precept of Revelations. He also refers to the lion too as well. Right? And it says, "And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle and said." Now we just talked about earlier what the eagle represented, right? At the time, this eagle represented the Roman Empire, which what America mimics that today, right? Which to show you that America that revives the Roman Empire, right? But it says, "Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, art not thou it that remainest of the 4 beasts?" Right? And we're gonna read Daniel 7, and we're gonna show you these 4 beasts.
It's Daniel 7 and verse 4, and it reads, "The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it."
So that first beast, right? That lion with eagle wings, that's the Assyrians, right? The Babylonian king was an Assyrian, right? So the first beast was the Assyrians, right? We'll keep going on.
Kind of, just a quick point. I don't know if it's a statue like that. It's a statue. I don't know if it's in Russia or China. It might be China. It's a statue just like this with the lion with the wings. Y'all ain't seen that?
Nah, I can't say. I probably
seen that image of it.
Yeah, I probably searched that. This show.
This is 5, and it reads, "And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it.
So those 3 ribs, right? So Babylon, Mesopotamia. You have Egypt, like the Nile Valley. You have India, the Indus Valley, right? You continue to read.
And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh.
So this is the Persian, right? The Persian coming to power represents the bear raising up on the side, right? So this is the Persian. All right. So the second beast is the Persians, right? Continue reading on verse 6.
Verse 6. After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it.
All right, so this is when Esau comes to play. The leopard is the Greeks, and if you go back to First Maccabees, it tells you about how Alexander the Great, or Alexander the Free, the Greek, whatever you want to call him, right? When the Edomites come into power, right? And those 4 heads, got right here. I know this the 4 main generals. You got Ptolemy, you got Cassander, you got Seclus, and you got Antigonus, right? So this the third beast. That's the Greek, and this is the beginning of Esau rulership. When the Greeks come to power, and as Chris also tell you, this is when evils are multiplied into the earth as well, right? But you can continue reading on. So that first beast is the Syrian, second beast is the Persian, and the third beast is the Greeks, which are the Edomites, right? And going to the fourth beast.
Verse 7, Daniel 7:7. And after this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a 4th beast.
So that 4th beast, this is in the Romans and the Edomites, the Greeks and the Edomites, the Greeks and the Romans, they're both Edomites. So this is their 4th beast, which is the Romans, right? And it's gonna go into how you know they come more different, right? With the government's thing, they coming different than how these other kingdoms rule, and they came with more iron, right? They came with more iron weapons, iron helmets, things like that. So they was it was more powerful, right? Just how it show you even how America's that rise of empire. See how Trump, hey, we got the top gun, we got the top military, we got the top weaponry, right? Even back then, Rome came with that iron things that said. But you continue reading verse 7.
It says, dreadful and terrible, and strongly exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and snapped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns.
So that diverse, once again, going into those government systems, right? When you got the first triumvirate, right? Things of that such, right? And you know that's what America get their Senate, House from. That's what America get the election from. That's what America get the taxes from. Like all that, right? This one Rome coming to play, right? So we can read verse 8.
Verse 8. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them.
Talking of 10 horns, like the brother brought them out earlier. 10 horns, the European nations, right? That's the European nations, right? So and then other than that other little horn, which you're gonna read about, you keep reading.
It says there came up among them another little horn,
which is who? America. But this other little horn come out the 4th beast, which is who? The Romans. So that like the brother was just bringing out in Revelation 17:8, right? How America emerged out of that emerged out of that Roman Empire, man. Right? It's that America's that revived Roman Empire. But you continue reading on.
And it reads, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things.
So you continue reading verse 9.
Verse 9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
That's another, like, you know, what you say, like title for the Most High. You know, Ancient of Days, ain't no end, no beginning, right?
It says whose garments was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
Like the brother, we got the not this fool on the side right here, man. You know, they be trying to portray all the other images, but we knowing you know the scripts explain how about how shall look, right? So we explained to you the 4 beasts and that little horn, right? So we're gonna go back to 2nd Esdras 11. I'm gonna read verse 39 again. So you got the Syrians, the Persians, you got the Greeks and the Romans. And you got that little horn, which is America, which emerged out of that Roman Empire, which is still the Edomites, right? So this 2nd Esdras 11:39, it says, art thou not it? And this is Yahushua talking to him. This is Yahushua getting on him, right? It says, art not thou it that remainest of the 4 beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them. So we knowing that what? this war is not gonna be won by men. The end of their time is gonna come through these men, come through Esau them, man. They finna be destroyed. Most High, this is all they judge. No, this is how the Most High put them left hand spirits on Jake, right? Isaiah 51:20. They'll go out and shoot another Jake thing. Such Most High got them spirits on Esau and where they finna go to war with each other. They finna be killing each other, right? The brother brought it out. Joel chapter 3, man, the Valley of Josaphat. Yahweh judge, man. He finna judge them for the things that they doing, right? It says, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and the power over the world was great fearless, and over the whole capacity of the earth with much wicked and oppression. So long time dwelt he upon the earth and the sea. And that's just going into, right? It's going into the 12 seasons, but it's going into show you that the end time is going to come through Esau, Edom, right? That's going into how, you know, when the Flavian dynasty came up, right? It was very hard on Jake, put Jake through that hell, right? But the point being, I ended off this right here, 2nd Ezra 12, and verse 31 said, and the lion whom thou sawest rising up out of the wood, right, was Yahushua, and roaring and speaking to the eagle, right? It's that eagle, which is talking about ancient Rome, but you know, America mimics ancient Rome, which is the America that revived Roman Empire, and rebuking her for her unrighteous with all the words which thou hast heard. This is the anointed, which the highest has kept for them, which we bringing out earlier. Isaiah 42:14. You know, Yahushua sitting peacefully, he waiting, right? He said, which the highest has kept for them, and for their wickedness unto the end, he shall reprove them, and shall be upbraided with their cruelty. So guess, going back to the title at hand, this war is not going to be won by men. Yahweh keeping Yahushua, he ready for it. As soon as it pop off, we're going to show you what's going on. This war is not going to be won by men. This war is going to be won by Yahushua, King David, and the elect, man. Right? We finna overcome them. Just like the brother was just bringing out well his breakdown. Right? But to finish it off, he said, for he shall set them before him alive in judgment, and shall rebuke them and correct them. For the rest of my people shall he deliver with mercy, those that have been pressed upon my borders, and he shall make them joyful unto the coming of the day of judgment, whereof I have spoken unto thee from the beginning. Right? So this been ordained, man. This been set. This prophecy been set. So this war is not going to be won by men. Yahweh finna come down and destroy this place, right? And we finna come out here victorious. And when this place destroyed and brought down and Esau thrown out that rulership, like he said, right, that the end shall come through them, right? Which is Esau not a rulership right now? So they're showing you the end finna come through them. All that he might have done with things of that set. No, they still here today. And when they go into this war, Yahweh finna destroy them, man. Their end is here.
God, vocab alone be the man one trying to say that Esau, the Edomites are done away with. Nah, man, they live right here. Yeah. Walking right in front of us, you know. Walking right in front of us, man.
That was just breakdown to go back about the brother to show you, man, that you know that this war is not going to be won by men. It's scriptures and everything to show you that this is prophecy set to be fulfilled. These things that's going on. These prophecies is things. These things are set to be fulfilled. That's why the brother also brought out with the precept telling you to measure the times, man. Measure the time by the things that are going on. So therefore, they overcame him once again by the blood of the Lamb, right, and by his testimony. Once again, Revelation 19:10. That testimony is the spirit of prophecy. We see these things and we know these things. Habakkuk 2, right? These things were written for a point in time. Though they tarry, though they should not tarry, they should surely come, man.
Well, with that, the brothers ain't got that. Let's go ahead and close out. Well, again, Lord Witness Camp was edifying. And until next time, man, we'd like to close out by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, and Shalom to hopefully elect.
Shalom.